What am I talking about? I have even more nuggets of info to give y'all on that point. Brother don't like smoke. He just likes to give it. Typical bully mentality. It ain't working with me. What am I talking about exactly?
So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating.
What happens when the most undefeated name in boxing, Mr. 52-0, gets called out not for throwing punches or causing drama in the ring, but over the biggest money move of his life? Sports media's loudest voice, Stephen A. Smith, just put Floyd Mayweather on the spot in front of millions. He questioned whether Floyd's $400 million New York real estate deal was even real. Now, Floyd's not staying quiet. He's firing back with a defamation lawsuit. That's right, things just got serious.
I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money.
It just didn't happen. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
It all began like any other viral moment. Earlier this year, Floyd jumped on camera claiming he had bought 62 apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. No investors, no partners, just Floyd using his own millions.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City.
He called it a power move. Bragged that all the retail spaces under those buildings were his. And told people they could do the same if they played their money right.
First investment was real estate, commercial real estate, skyscrapers actually. So what I did was this. It started off with $5 million. Put up $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. On every 18th, every month, it was paying off.
You like the cash flow?
Yes, for years. So I said, okay, if it's paying off like this then, and I gave him 7 figures, I said, I'm not gonna even give him 8 figures. I went and gave him 9 figures. If it's something that I know is paying off, lucrative and heavy, I gotta go with it. Roll the dice, take a chance.
But one person who wasn't convinced was Stephen A. Smith. In a viral rant on ESPN, he broke down Floyd's entire real estate story and he brought receipts. He pointed to a Business Insider report that found no public records to support Floyd's claims, no ownership. No sales, nothing at all.
I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all. Clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say. And he confronted me about it.
I've been thinking about this a lot over the past few hours because honestly, Molly, I had no plans to even bring this up. But Floyd clearly didn't like what I said. He confronted me about it. Even the New York City Housing Partnership got involved, saying they hadn't been informed of any sales or property transfers. In simple terms, Floyd's $42 million real estate story isn't adding up.
Floyd's broke. You gotta understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof.
And Stephen A. didn't stop there. He went after Floyd's legacy, saying he's more focused on staying rich than staying real. He claimed Floyd now fights YouTubers and influencers, not for the love of boxing, but just for the payday.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
But hey, say what you want. Stephen A. Smith made a solid argument. Plus, there was a time he directly asked Floyd what mattered more? Legacy or money?
Mayweather had a tough life.
And Floyd didn't hesitate with his answer.
You made money. You're gonna make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But fear.
Someone takes a shot at Floyd's money, you already know it's game on. He doesn't mess around when it comes to his cash. It's pretty much the one thing he takes more seriously than anything else.
What's your definition of toy?
Well, private jet, Enzo, Bugatti. Let's walk over here. I'll show you a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys?
I haven't seen these.
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black, LA, white, Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me
Yes.
are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 3
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close to 15 million.
Floyd had to move quickly. The buzz was getting out of hand. The internet was roasting him. Old clips started making the rounds, and even 50 Cent, who we'll talk about shortly, jumped in to throw some shade.
Stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest,
So what does Floyd do? He hits Stephen A with a defamation lawsuit. Yep, that's real, Floyd says. The ESPN host damaged his reputation and hurt his business image in the real estate game. Smart move, maybe? Desperate. Probably.
Me, Skip, I think Floyd just looked. Floyd, you done made enough money.
Things didn't go right. Took a loss. I took a heavy loss, actually. But,
This is classic Floyd when he's cornered. He tries to fight back with lawyers and lawsuits. But here's the catch. If this goes to court, it could backfire. Now, judges and lawyers will have to dig into his finances. And if there's no solid proof of that $400 million deal, Floyd's legal team might end up revealing more than they're trying to hide.
Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money.
They just didn't have. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
Stephen A. Smith reveals shocking claims that Floyd Mayweather may be facing bankruptcy after allegedly being involved in a $402 million scam. Despite making over $700 million from just 2 fights.
Let's not pretend this is something new. Floyd's been showing off his wealth for over a decade. Private jets, diamond watches, bags stuffed with cash. But behind all that flash, it's been one controversy after another.
Floyd, man, you got everything. You got the skyscrapers, you got the cars, you got the houses. How much is that watch, man? I gotta ask, man.
oh, that's 18 million.
18 million? That motherfucker do look like a chandelier, though. And how much was the goddamn necklace?
5 million.
He said just 5 million.
People forget that Floyd was recently detained in Dubai after reportedly failing to repay several investors in luxury companies. He was trying to dodge bad press in the U.S., but his troubles caught up with him overseas too.
Made so many sacrifices. Y'all looking at the end. Y'all looking at the end results. Y'all not looking at the shit where y'all go look at the interview and Zab gonna tell y'all, with me being champion, with me already having.
And guess who brought all that to light? Gervonta Tank Davis. Yep. Tank didn't hold back. He said Floyd was broke, living a lie, and hinted that all those exhibition fights were just a cover-up for deeper money problems. Meanwhile, 50 Cent wasted no time jumping into the drama. He posted a meme of Floyd and Harlem rapper Jim Jones in a fake Rocky spoof, mocking Floyd for showing off fake wealth. Then he reposted the real estate story, basically calling Floyd a liar in front of everyone.
Back in the ring?
I think it got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
Team. I don't, I'm not really into hanging out with other celebrities. I've learned my lesson from that.
Let's be real, this beef has been brewing for over a decade. From reading jokes to shots at Floyd's business deals, 50 Cent never misses a chance to take a dig. And now, he's adding fuel to the fire, making sure everyone doubts Floyd's financial claims.
What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
He changed his mind. As he was going into jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather promotion. Signed the actual fighters. We had acquisition of Gamboa, Andre Durrell, IBF champion, Billy Dib. I brought him over while Floyd was incarcerated. Then he comes home, let's get Floyd back in pocket. $300,000 chains, new Lamborghini. And I'm sitting there going, when you gonna give me the money? But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail.
Are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that. When he finally does bring up the actual situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. I didn't tell y'all to do that. And I'm looking at him and he looked in my face and he told me to do it.
But this isn't just about jokes anymore. If Floyd's finances get exposed as fake in court, this won't just be about memes. It could turn into a complete takedown of his legacy.
I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
You think Floyd's fighting because he needs the money?
Yeah.
Really? Why? You think he blew through all of his money? Get the fuck.
Well, he blew through a lot of it, but I'm sharing for you, it wasn't what you thought it was.
He blew through it and wasn't making as much as
they're claiming he was doing $100 million a fight, and I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about $100 million. There's a very
Wow. Floyd had this long career. I could imagine him making more than $100 million.
I understand that. Floyd was not Muhammad Ali, and Floyd wasn't Mike Tyson. I got it. I know people think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you, he didn't, and no boxer has. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one night. This is silly.
Let's talk about the obvious. Floyd's been doing exhibition fights for years now, facing off against influencers, YouTubers, retired MMA fighters, and just about anyone who will draw a crowd.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
And every time, the paycheck is huge, but so is the backlash. And with Stephen A. Smith now stirring things up everywhere, the criticism is only getting louder.
Are you holding other fighters accountable, like Floyd, for example? I mean, Floyd doesn't even know his opponent's name, so are you holding him accountable to that? Floyd should still be fighting people that, he at least people that know that his opponent's name and stuff. Are you saying the same thing?
Hold on. A couple things. Number one, last time I checked, Floyd retired. These are exhibitions that he have. I don't even count these. Floyd will tell you that himself. When Floyd, I didn't count Conor McGregor as a boxing match. That's a damn exhibition. I ain't paying no attention to that with Floyd. No way on earth. Not at all. That's number one. Number two, here's where you have to give Floyd his respect. He's a pioneer from the standpoint of his willingness to buy himself out of the contract with Top Rank, free himself up, and not be a prisoner to the promoter. So albeit in a different kind of fashion that Jake is doing it to some degree, Floyd's a pioneer in that regard. And the kind of thing that Jake is taking to another level, Floyd initiated.
Julia. That is true.
I understand he initiated, but do you think it tarnishes his name to now be taking these bullshit
No.
I can't even say it. No,
No.
you don't think it does at all?
No. Here's the reason why. He's retired, number one. Number two, he had already proved himself as a world champion, made a whole boatload of money, got $700 million in 2 fights, for crying out loud. He did all of that stuff. Then he retired, and he's announced that essentially these are exhibitions. He's just having fun with it because he's getting old. He's 45 years old now, and he did what he came to do. That's entirely different than a 25-year-old on the come up, knocking people out. Okay? I mean, that's entirely different ballgame. It's not.
These aren't real fights. There's no real competition, no real risk. Just scripted events to grab another $1 million payday. Too many in the boxing world? It's a slap in the face to the sport.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
And now with the Stephen A scandal making headlines. These fights are under even more scrutiny. Are they just quick cash grabs to cover up cracks in Floyd's empire? Is he really still Money Mayweather? Or just a former champ hustling to stay in the spotlight?
It's crazy that Floyd Mayweather, since retiring, has gone from fighting Logan Paul, huge name, obviously is going to bring a lot of money, to then fighting Deji, didn't bring as much money or pay-per-view buys, to then fighting someone off from Geordie Shore.
The problem is, Floyd's done this fight with one of the Paul brothers and thought, here we go, this is fantastic now, I'm getting all these views and stuff, people want to see me. It's like, he isn't a draw enough to sell out an entire arena if he's going to go against somebody that isn't a competition.
He was taking the piss that much, it was that much of a no competition, he was doing 360s in the ring.
It always comes back to Tank, the former protege, the fighter. Floyd helped rise, and now one of his biggest threats, not just in the ring, but with the truth. Gervonta Davis has already called Floyd out for being fake rich, suggested the exhibitions are just distractions, and openly criticized Floyd's shady business practices and how he treats the fighters under him.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just gonna say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own boss.
And here's the kicker. Tank's beef with Floyd is personal. So if he decides to speak up again while this lawsuit drama unfolds, Floyd might end up facing a much bigger problem than just Stephen A.
Set you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it.
That's
exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Ain't no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
This is the same guy Floyd mentored. So if his own protege is saying the empire's a lie, how long before it all falls apart? Stephen A. Smith didn't call Floyd out just to stir the pot. He shined a light on something the boxing world has been ignoring for too long. Is Mayweather's empire built on smoke and mirrors? The lawsuits flying, real estate claims falling apart, and even Tank speaking out, tits not looking good? The man who built his image on being untouchable might finally be backed into a corner.
Well, it's interesting when fighters figure out ways to do that too, like what Floyd is doing. What Floyd is doing is so interesting. He retires from fighting and he says, I'll just start boxing people who have no chance.
Hey, why not? I mean, exhibition. Like, we saw that in what was Rocky 3 or something?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, he's like, he started doing exhibitions with Hulk Hogan and,
Yeah, exactly.
And got caught. I mean, he got hurt, like, dealing with that. So, I mean, I think people want to see Floyd fight. Some people want to see him lose. I never wanted to see Floyd lose.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.